Welcome everybody. We are in week 2 and this is Group A of the Imperium Cup, and today we have a great game for you. We have pAtrickstAr, aka Yarned and Dangerous, Arkhonai, slimmyjimm, and venomztryke, aka Mattprowse, and we are getting going right away. We have blue. Arkhonai is going to be the first player in this game, and so pAtrickstAr, or I might call Yarned, is going to be first pick. Let's see what we got here. We have a Gurney Halleck in the Imperium row, Imperial Shock Troopers, Scout, Sayyadina, Treachery. So 3 very high-powered cards and 2 kind of like okay cards. Mediocre, Scout, it's okay. Shock Trooper I've seen used to great effect in the past, but has been, it's a very niche card. You kind of have to play around this specific ability to have an agent on the Emperor board. Flagship is in the Tech Artillery. That's a very, very good early tech. And wind traps, I think this one's fine. I prefer to get wind traps like late game as kind of like an extra spice to water conversion, but I don't really use it all that much. It's okay. Things that are going to be interesting people are artillery, and we'll see if anyone goes for any other tech this game. pAtrickstAr's going to pick up Tessia. So Tessia in 4th position. Lovely to see that. We'll see how she does in 4th position. It's always kind of interesting. It's usually best to do that, right? Just because it blocks other people's stuff, yeah. And we have an Ecaz, Armand Ecaz in 3rd position. We have a Beast in 2nd position. It's always a good position for Beast. Beast likes to go get tech. He likes to go shipping, and he likes to go to Hardy Warriors when he can. So you get a lot of options there. And a Leto in 1st position. All right, and we are on it. Let's head out to the game and see what our players are going to get for their first opening hands. Thank you all for watching. If you do enjoy these videos, please like and subscribe. We will be bringing a ton more videos, a ton more Dune content, not just these games, but also some more strategy content in the future. So we appreciate you all watching. And all right, here we go. Some things I definitely want to mention about the positioning here. Usually, 1st and 2nd positions, pretty much anyone can play 1st and 2nd positions. 3rd positions, I like with Armand. He's decent. He can pick up, the Sayyadina with his ring ability really, really quickly. The Treachery is about out of his range, and usually Gurney's out of his range. But Shock Trooper might interest him. Probably looking at Sayyadina though. But this card is just so powerful. You can get a Fremen Bond easily, just picking up some Miraculous Liaisons and cycling that through your deck. It gets you points. It lets you buy Spice Must Flow. It's just a phenomenal card overall. We see Ecaz with a 5 Persuasion Dagger and Seek Allies. We see Leto with a convincing. Pretty good buy here too. Good hand for Leto. We got a Signet Ring Diplomacy, so he's going to probably end up getting some spice. It's a little bit weird. It's always a little weird. You're going to want to have to Signet Ring to a spice location, 2nd action, which feels weird. We'll see what they do here. Okay, traditional fold space opening. That's fine. No one's really going to fault you for doing that. I have been experimenting a lot with just ignoring the shipping track or the fold space altogether and only getting up to the 1st rung. And I think that's actually a legitimate strategy, but you have to have a backup plan because you have to use this a couple times, but every once in a while that's fine. But if you don't concentrate on it, you can still win the game. It's just going to depend on the things you pick up, the tech you pick up, the cards you pick up, of course. There's so many things to think about here. All right, what's Beast's play here? Beast has a potential just dagger up to artillery, which is a fine play, but also holding 2 access cards to the factions is a bit awkward here, so we'll probably see something like a Seek Allies to Hardy Warriors. Or Wealth. I like a Wealth play here. So Beast has this interesting play where you can go Seek Allies to Wealth and then Dagger up to Dreadnought. Getting the Dreadnought round 1. This is one of the new kind of hot plays I've seen Beast players do, is go Wealth into Tech Negotiation, into Dreadnought. No one else can get there. It doesn't look like we're going to do that though. We're going to go get this tech right now. Not going to let anyone have the opportunity to get it. And extra troop, of course, for the Signet. So that's a totally fine, reasonable play if you expect other people to get it, and you kind of do. It's one of the best techs in the game. We see a Holtzman engine, which is going to interest everyone. And Holtzman engine early is a big deal. Probably going to interest Ecaz, seeing as how Ecaz is going to be eyeing up this Sayyadina. Although awkwardly doesn't have the signet ring in hand to pick it out of the row. That's unfortunate. Could see possibly like a reconnaissance to Arkhonai to try to draw it. That's a 1 in 5. Not a great idea, but it could get you there. The other option is to possibly just seek allies or seek. Yeah, oh, he's going to. Okay, all right. I like this play. I like this play. Thinking alike here, I guess. So we're going to see a reconnaissance to Arkhonai. Going to see if we can draw this ring right away. And here we go. I'm going to go 3 combat in. So this is a little sketchy. And gets it. The signet ring round 1 opening is going to work. So, wow. The gamble paid off. Great, great play here. Love it. Fortuitous play for Matt. And we have three combat troops in. The main problem here is that Hardy Warriors is still open. And now it's available to Tessia, and Tessia loves Hardy Warriors. And if you can get Hardy Warriors into a point and then use the ring second action to shift up into the guild, that's actually what you want to be doing anyway. Other options for Tessia would be something like Wealth and do the exact same thing I mentioned with the ring. But you don't want to miss this seek allies here as a Tessia player. Your first action, you really want it to be to a faction space. You got to get going. You got to get cooking on the faction tracks. Going to get Soren up there. That's your game plan. I've seen a lot of Tessia players with really hot starts end the game round 6 just because they have so much movement up the tracks and you can't really stop it. But here we're going to see a signet ring first. Now this is interesting. Maybe just not really thinking that they're going to get much of an option. So they're going to go probably to Carthag early. Okay. Maybe they're eyeing up winning this combat if they pick up a combat card. This is a really interesting play. It's an unconventional start, I think, for a Tessia player. Maybe they're just hoping to hit whatever they want, but you really want to use that signet ring to shift into the spacing guild. That's really her strengths. That gives you around 4, maybe 3 fold space into shipping, interstellar shipping, and so that could be very powerful. Now this is a really aggressive play by Tessia, throwing 3 troops in here with just 1 dagger in hand. Oh, picks up a bribery. Wow, that is very strong. They're going to be looking going up to Wealth here to cash in this bribery as soon as possible. Wow. Okay. So we have a very bloody first battle. I don't really agree with this because Leto could potentially have gone right over the top and gone to Hardy Warriors, but decides not to. Obviously has no access. Signet ring here to shipping. This is a great opening, a great start for Leto. Leto getting everything they really want. However, is going to go up but not be able to cash in their ring ability. Of course, no one has gone up the tracks here. This is a very cagey first round. Nobody else going up tracks but Leto. Leto unable to use the signet ring ability. Very interesting. I wonder if the players are actually trying that intentionally, because that is a kind of interesting meta call here. Do you just intentionally try to deny Leto the bumps on the faction tracks, and it's working right now? That's interesting. We'll see how that works out for the future. Back to Beast up here. Beast is going to likely use one of his access cards. The question is which one. My guess would be they can win the combat if they really wanted to, of course. Do they want to win this combat and get a point? It's a pretty simple point, actually. Don't really think anyone else is going to be able to do anything about this, even if they do put another troop in. So Hardy Warriors got to go there. Could be Hardy Warriors, could be Wealth, could do a setup turn here as Beast. I do like the setup turns a little bit better, though winning the first combat right now is such a blowout because 3 troops for green and yellow were both committed. You can commit your 4. You could, you're going to win on 2 extra daggers, 1 from your actual dagger and 1 from your artillery. So that's a huge blowout. And they're just going to get 1 spice for 3 troops, and that is pretty massive. So we'll see what happens here. That's probably what I would do if you were doing some calculations in your head, thinking like, well, what else do they have? The max is 2 extra daggers, but even still, they're tying down with you, and you'd have 6. They'd have 4, 5, 6. Or they'd have 7. you'd have, excuse me, 10. You'd have 10. There's no possible way. There's no possible way. They'd have to throw more troops in, but they just don't really have a way to do that. So we're going to see wealth here. This is just the setup turn. Oh, still reconsidering. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is going to be the blowout early. Hardy Warriors throwing everything in, throw all 4 in. And yeah, here we go. Here we go. It's going to be a pretty bloody battle. Put the other one in. Of course you do. Of course you do. And yeah, Beast sitting on a potential 10 power. And that's just going to end it. I'm pretty sure here. What else could they possibly have? I guess Tessia, you might be worried that Tessia had drawn a combat card and was super aggressive going in. Best thing they could have is an ambush. Ambush at 4 would be pretty good. But would you play an ambush for a point round 1? I don't know. I don't know. All right, Ecaz here is going to Imperial Basin to get 1 spice with the ring, and we'll take Sayyadina, of course. And Armand going to be eyeing up that Holtzman engine in the tech row here, mainly because with all of their engine kind of flowing now, they've got the Sayyadina, they've got a potential point card, a win condition. They're going to try to get that, plus Arrakis Liaisons. There's no other Fremen out there right now. We did see a Weirding Way come up, which is a very strong card. Not a Fremen, though. And yeah, this is going to be looking pretty scary. I don't think you throw another troop in here. If you do, you're committed to a water, and that's just, it's just not a great return for 4 troops. I mean, you're going to have to spend a water to do it, so I think you just pass that. Yep. Action pass to pAtrickstAr, so we're going to see a wealth most likely. Wealth for Tessia. Wealth for Tessia makes a lot of sense. I'm still a little bit wondering about the use of Seek Allies after the Signet Ring. It would make some more sense to do that in the other order, but whatever. It works. We'll get the Signet Ring eventually. A reveal for Arkhonai, and it's going to be... It's a little ping of where they went, just sorting things out. It's going to be a Weirding Way, looks like, for Leto Atreides. Got his Bene Gesserit helpers, is very skilled in combat. And we have a Missionaria Protectiva. Okay, is this something you get early? Now, I've always wondered about this. What players like to do when they get Missionaria Protectiva round 1 with another Bene Gesserit. It sounds good, right? You have 10 cards, you're going to lose 1 with Seek Allies, and you draw 2. You have 11 cards in your deck. 2 out of 11 combo together. So you have to draw both of them in 5 cards. It happens, and you can roll high. But it doesn't look like they're going to be doing that this time. We got a Shock Troopers for Beast. Love it, love it. We're going to see probably some low persuasion from Beast. Go combat heavy. It's a really strong way to play Beast. And a reveal for Ecaz. Going to hold on to, of course, the Seek Allies for another round so that they can cash it in when they really need to. They're going to get 1 extra combat power from the dagger. And they're going to buy for 4. Probably going to take this mission. Yeah. Okay, there's a missionary goes. Ooh, Bene Gesserit Sister. So, and a Gene Manip here. I think I'd take the Gene Manip, even though the Bene Gesserit Sister is very strong, very flexible card. This is just trash a card. And if you have another Bene Gesserit, gain 2 spice. Very powerful card. Was powerful in the base game. Still good. Still good. Bene Gesserit cards just very high power overall, but usually need to synergize very, very strongly with your deck, right? We're going to see a reveal for pAtrickstAr here. We're going to reveal for a 3, pardon me, and 1 extra power. This is going to be a very sad combat for green and yellow, and red is going to run away with a combat point, and the others are going to end up with just a spice. Oh, so sad. And Armand wishing that they took back the extra troops in there. This is one of the dangers of going in early with the Hardy Warriors on the table, right? Oh, picks up the sister, but double treachery in the row here. This is going to interest Tessia, okay? These are very, very strong cards for Tessia. They have this easy way to trigger your careful observation power. And also, but they're just powerful on their own. When you reveal them, you get 2 troops in the conflict. So we're going to see a lot of that coming. pAtrickstAr is going to pass, and everyone else is going to pass, and this is going to be how it resolves. The first combat goes to the beast, slimmyjimm, with a very late Hardy Warriors, surprisingly. Not from them, but from other players, leaving that open for the beast. We'll see how that goes. All right, 1 point for beast. Everyone else sitting at 1. And we are going to seed spice and get into the next round. All right, and first player is going to be slimmyjimm. I'll move that over there for you. We have, well, the other half of the deck, the Convincing Argument, Dune, Convincing, Recon, Dagger. Also a very strong combat heavy hand because you have that blue symbol, but you have a lot of purchase here. So possibly Beast's going to look for a tech negotiation to get that extra persuasion, and then maybe a reconnaissance to Carthage, something like that. That's probably what I would do. But I mean, there's lots of possibilities here. You could always Arkhonai to draw a card. I don't really like doing that, though. If you are going to be drawing cards early in the game, you want to draw cards when you're empty, so that you shuffle the cards in here over there, and then you put these cards back in there. So you kind of keep 2 hands juggled, right? So you've got like one that you know those 5 or so cards, and then the other ones you know. So that way it keeps your variation down. But it's also kind of like a wasted play most of the time. Going to Arkhonai early did pay off, of course, with Armand, but we shall see what's happening here. The combat or conflict is Machinations, and this is a great one for Tessia, a great one for everyone, really. But you know who profits from this is Leto, because whoever gets this is going to trigger or allow Prudent Diplomacy to actually trigger. So that's something that Leto needs to kind of think about, whether they want to actually just win this or let people get it and then just kind of like ride their coattails. We're going to see wind traps from Beast here. Beast going heavy on combat. Artillery wind traps combo. Notice that, though, Beast didn't get the Bene Gesserit Sister, something they would have really liked to see, but there's a Worm Riders and a Scout over here, and that might interest the Beast very, very much. It's either those or Treachery. We'll see what they do. Armand is looking at a hand of Diplomacy Missionary. They've been past the fold space, so they might just go fold space here. It looks like it's going to be Diplomacy to fold space. Oh, it's not. Okay, it's to still suits. Okay, so Armand is looking at hostaging the Great Flat here. They're going to try anyway. They're probably going to succeed here because no one yet has 2 faction influence with the Fremen and won't be able to go to Siege Tabor, and no one else is going to get water until after this combat, most likely. So that means they're going to get first shot at that Great Flat, and they are a 5 and 7 chance to draw that dagger. I'm sorry, their ring, which is the only other desert symbol I think they have. So actually, it's a bit of a gamble here for Armand Ecaz, because they really need to hit that desert symbol. And if they don't hit that desert symbol, they might give it to the Beast. The Beast's probably looking to win this combat, right? So we shall see. We shall see. Everything does look correct here. We've got Tessia on a Diplomacy. This has got to be a Diplomacy action first, right? I mean, this one you want to win this combat. So if you go in Hardy Warriors early, but it doesn't look like that. It's going to be a reconnaissance. Are we going reconnaissance Carthage then? What are we doing here? Okay, so we're going to go reconnaissance Carthage. Put a troop. Are we putting any troops in? I think I draw the intrigue card before I made any final decisions about this. Of course, you can always change your mind, but it's always best to do that. Don't forget your intrigue card if you're getting one. Is this maybe deciding whether that's what they want to do? Draws cannon turrets. It's okay. It's okay. There haven't been any dreadnoughts. If Beast had gone dreadnought early and done that wealth to dreadnought play, that would have been a better pickup. But right now, as it is, it's just okay. But I cannot believe this. Okay, so we've got the double fold space for Leto. Did Leto forget? He did pick up his fold space. All right. So this is actually benefiting Duke Leto the most, and I'm very surprised that someone has let, or all the table has basically let Leto run amok in fold space here. They now have access to interstellar shipping, and they already are right where they want to be because they took that smuggling turn earlier without using the ring ability. So right now, we're looking at a Duke Leto just skyrocketing up the shipping track, getting a bunch of troops, like really, really profiting off of this. A little bit of a negligence from the other players, trying to say like, well, I have my own play here. This would have been a better play for Tessia to go into the fold space and then use that bribery to go up a space. Use the bribery, immediately get access to interstellar shipping. I'm really surprised we didn't see that here. That would have put Leto a little behind, but as it is, Leto is starting to pull ahead. And it is now to the Beast. Beast looking at a recon. Recon obviously is going to have to go to Arkhonai here. There's no other option. This is fine. Of course, I mentioned that if you were going to draw, you want to draw when your deck is empty so that you know what cards are going to be in your discard pile. And it's drawing and draws. The Signet Ring, all right, that's fine. You don't really like seeing that, but does have 6 buys, so can get any of these big, powerful, beefy 6-cost cards. Pardon me. Do you take Gurney Halleck? Do you take Worm Riders? Do you take one of the Treacheries? They're all good. They're all good. Gurney Halleck probably my favorite for the Beast. I do like Worm Riders as well. It's a slightly better return on your combat if you can get the Alliance for the 6. But of course, you know, Gurney gets you a card. It has a bit of a restriction in that it's only a city space. Ecaz played something. Okay, Ecaz played a Dune Desert Planet to the Great Flat. And we did see this coming. Goes up to 6 spice, so can threaten most any place on the board. And I think is just gonna go right up and get that Holtzman engine first action next round. That would be my guess. Did throw a troop into the combat, so even though we see Beast going in here and probably gonna take this down. Oh no, maybe Tessia has had enough of this, is gonna throw a bunch in. That would go at 8 power, 9 power. Beast sitting at, I believe, 6 in troops and no extra power in hand. That means that Tessia is going to win this combat. That's a big move here. All right, I like to see this. We're finally getting some good combats going here early on. And, yep, it's just the one, I believe. Interstellar, no surprise for Leto. Going to go up and up, I would imagine, but maybe up down. I think the up has some merit here because there is a holo projectors and a flagship, and you have potential to get the Haga Basin next action for 3 extra spice. That would put you up to 5. And that would let you buy a flagship if you went up, down, and took spice. So possible options there, but decides to decline and go down. And is thinking about where they're going to go. I think you just go up the guild. I mean, the guild is just, if you can get the guild alliance, no one's going to really take it from you. Going to go up with Bene Gesserit, no problem here. Not afraid at the guild. Not worried. All right, took the troops and the spice. I think they took spice. I'm going to see a reveal here. Whoa. Oh, obviously has the 7, so we see a Worm Riders pickup for the Beast and a Scout. The 7, of course, because they tech negotiated and picked up that wind trap, so that's pretty forward-thinking. Very interesting play. So Leto taking the spice here. Leto taking the spice here, a very unconventional early play. Usually you take the Solari early because you need to get that Swordmaster, that High Council right, but I kind of like this. It kind of signals that Leto's going to be going more into a Mentat heavy strategy where they're going to be buying Mentat from here on out, or trying to, making some headway there without having to buy the Swordmaster, and they can do that. So certain characters can really get away with it, and Leto's one of them. You can just get the Swordmaster late if they need to, even if they want to. They don't probably need to the whole game. We're going to see a reveal and just a pickup of Arrakis Liaison here. For Tessia, is there no buy? There's no buy for Tessia. They had 3 persuasion, 1 combat. So Tessia winning this combat, but no buy for them. Just nothing, not even an Arrakis Liaison. I would have picked up a Liaison. Or later on, you need that 2 persuasion to buy some Spice Must Flows. So it's going to go to combat here, and then we are going to see Tessia taking it down for 2 bumps. Probably take the... What do you do here? I mean, you really do want to take the guild first, because... Or the... I guess this... taking the second bump... I am just tripping over my words right now. Taking the second bump with the Fremen makes a lot of sense first. You don't really care about the water all that much late game. It's fine. But using that for your first careful observation is probably the best here. So deciding what to do, in what order, probably going to take the bonus from the Emperor, although could potentially take the water. I think taking the water is weaker. So taking this first makes a lot of sense. So do this effect first. I guess it doesn't really matter. And then going up with the Emperor, yep, taking the bump, yep. Is going to get 2 more troops. Hey, quit grabbing people's stuff. All right. 2 more troops. And 2 points for Tessia, up to 3. Well, okay. It's going to sit on this bribery for a while. Like, I do like having a bribery in hand. It's one of the most powerful cards in the Intrigue deck. Just a free, basically, it's 2 Solari, but more or less easy to pay for, influence. And it always can catch your opponents off guard, right? When you want to sneak that alliance away from somebody, you think that they're going for it, and you can just get right ahead of them, get it, and then keep it. So that's great. All right, so what are our players doing here? We did mention that there's 6 spice for Ecaz, but this might end up being a still suits into... Wow, how do you even manage this turn? You have Gene Manipulation, Sayyadina. Probably going to go Sayyadina first, though, and just forego the extra water point and the buy this turn because you can't get the Fremen Bond. Try to maximize this Gene Manipulation this turn, right? Oh, what? Okay. Oh, right, of course, because the Holtzman engine. We did mention that was going to happen. Picks up an Arrakis Liaison with the ring and is probably going to pick up this Holtzman engine, yep. And is just deciding then how best to do the rest of this turn, because that makes a lot of sense. It gets you what you need. It's your engine. You've got that going. We see a Chomurky here, going to be very useful in this tournament. It's been a deal breaker, basically, and can win you the game. It's very powerful in a points tournament such as this. And so Holtzman engine, a very good pickup. But now what do you do? What is your play? Your Gene Manip does trash. Your Sayyadina doesn't get you the extra 3 persuasion, so it's probably looking at just water with Sayyadina, getting the extra point with Fremen. That's fine. You do need to go up the tracks eventually anyway. You're going to be drawing extra cards from here on out, and you really want to set up this Sayyadina for persuasion. Don't particularly care about anything in this row except maybe treachery. You might pick up a Gurney because it's 2 persuasion, but you're not going to get there this turn. Might be tempted to use the Seek Allies, but doesn't have enough for selective breeding, which is probably what they'd like to do the most. So that's unfortunate, but, you know, that's just the way it is. What are we going to see Tessia do here? We're going to see a shift. I'm still utterly surprised. There's no fold space here. There's no fold space. No one's going fold space. Getting water from Siege. Okay, so we're going to try to commit to this combat. This is very aggressive. This Tessia is playing aggressive. And I wonder if that is going to bite him in the butt in a little bit, because you're going to run out of troops, you're going to run out of water, you're going to need to recoup, and you need to go up those tracks. Need an alliance as Tessia usually to win the game. And your goal is to get as far up the tracks as possible. So I'm a little surprised here. A little surprised, not going to lie. We're not going to use the ring. Not going to use the ring to shift. Okay. This is going to be a selective breeding for Leto. Leto looking like he's going to trash the fold space card. Doesn't go over here, goes up here. For the draw. Oh, I see. Is drawing with the fold space card, trashing the reconnaissance, and then drawing 2 cards. Okay. So needs 1 more. There we are. Picks up a diplomacy, has an Arrakis liaison, a lot of persuasion here. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 in hand, but has to use some of these for the next agent, or could just reveal for his spice, I suppose. Probably not the right play, though. I am a little surprised that the good Duke has not immediately gone up for another round of interstellar shipping, which is usually what you want to do. You want to do that as much as possible, but isn't really threatened. No one else has gone up Spacing Guild. Very surprised here. Alright, here's a Haga Basin for the Beast. Let's get some Force Spice. Let's... I got no troops, so we're going to try to do that somehow. How are we getting troops here? It always feels bad. It's always a little bit of a feel bad when you go to a Dune Desert Planet location, one of these locations, and you don't have any troops to throw into the combat. You really want to have some sort of tempo there to get some leverage in the combat. This would be, by the way, a phenomenal round for Beast to win, given how much combat they have in hand. Only one access to a faction space, so it's so awkward though, right? I mean, you probably actually wanted to scout to like Carthag, throw 1 troop in, and then diplomacy up to wealth, and just ride 1 troop to victory here, because you would have what, 5, 6, 7, 8 extra power. So a 10 power with 1 troop would be bonkers, but decides to go for some spice instead. Still has an option to Mentat, so still has the possibility to take Mentat. Leto has Mentat, or potential for Mentat, but has to give up a Arrakis liaison to do so. Now, what do you do here as Armand Ecaz, right? I think you just play the gene manipulation. It's the best card in your hand. It's the straight up, gives you the most for what you do. You're going to be able to trash. You are going to be able to trash again because of your coordination ability. And, you get to get an intrigue card. So intrigue picks up is Grand Conspiracy. This is one of the most difficult ones to do in the game. It is good if you can get all 4 of these things. I wish all of these endgame cards were like this. 2 Dreadnoughts, 1 Spice, must flow 4 influence on 2 tracks, and a seat on the High Council. And at the moment, Mattprowse looking a little bit low on those tracks, so we'll see what happens. We'll see if they can do that by the end of the game. It's a little difficult for Ecaz, since they do give up a lot of early access to faction spaces to trigger that coordination ability. It's probably not the best one for the Archduke. Interesting. Tessia gonna go to secrets. I don't know how I feel about this. What are you trying to find? You're just gonna go up. I'm still surprised no one's going to fold space. Fold space is fine. You could go fold space and you'd have first access to Interstellar. Why are people not doing this? Okay, well, so anyway, we pick up a strong arm. Quite good. Quite good. All of the influence, all of the potential influence here with Tessia, and going up kind of all over the place. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, we're going to see a bribery now. Bribery now means what? You're going up with, I'd assume, the Bene Gesserit, although you don't really want to do Bene Gesserit third. Very surprised about that. This is going to be gain 1 influence on the track, so is going to go up with Spacing Guild. Okay. Currently sitting on 4 extra daggers in hand. Tessia is looking like they're going to get this point. Beast needs a way to get troops into combat, and I don't know if they're going to be able to do that. If they got troops into combat with 1 troop, let's say they would have, what? They could throw 2 in with a Hardy Warriors. That'd be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, of course, because of artillery. And Tessia sitting at just a 4, which would put her at 10. But has the cannon turrets, so could go over the top of the beast here. Interesting round. This could be a contentious battle. We could see the beast go all in here with the Hardy Warriors, and they would be very, very disappointed to find out that Tessia is sandbagging the cannon turrets. Here is an interstellar shipping for Leto. Leto just doing Leto things now. No one's bothering. Oh, we are going to see this. Oh, Beast. No, don't do this. All right, so we got Beast going into combat. We're going to see 2 troops thrown in, and this is going to be second place. Not a too bad of a second place, but not going to get the water for the wind traps here. We're probably going to see this cannon turrets played by Tessia. Reveal for Ecaz is going to just show 1 persuasion. And, yeah, that's it. 2, I'm sorry, with the tech negotiation. All right. Seems reasonable. Is going to trash that reconnaissance. I think that's a fair play here. They have picked up a couple of blue circles on Arrakis Liaison and Jean Manip. So don't really need more of them. You're not Helena, so you don't get any easy passes there. Reveal for Tessia. The BG sister is going to add 2, my guess, to this combat. Going to put her up to 10. Has to decide now, though. Is going to go up to 10. All right. And here we go with Leto revealing a big 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 persuasion. Big old 8. Probably going to pick up a gurney here. Maybe a treachery. First treacherous ability was in play and not for my discards. I don't think it was. I think it wasn't from in play. In any case, we see an Arrakis Liaison and a gurney picked up for Arkhonai. And we're going to see the Beast going up to 11 power here with the Shock Trooper Dagger and the Scout. But is going to meet with a Rude Awakening here because Tessia is going to play this cannon turrets. I don't see why you wouldn't. slimmyjimm has no combat cards in hand. And now we're going to resolve combat. Combat. Green is going to decline. Yellow's thinking. Is yellow playing anything? No, they choose to hold onto their cannon turrets. Wow, I'm very surprised here, actually. Very surprised this cannon turrets didn't get played. This is a free point. Turning a cannon turrets into a point is probably the best return you're going to get for that card. But, you know, they have a plan. They have a plan, and always holding combat cards is good. But when you can take points away from Beast when they're making combat pushes, you want to do that. Beast can snowball out of control with combat. We see a very decent hand for the Beast. We have the Worm Riders. And does he have 2 influence? Yes, he does. As got the Wind Traps too. See, this would have been another reason to deny the Beast that combat, that Wind Traps trigger. Has a Signet Ring. Doesn't have an alliance yet, but the rest is just looking fine. We have 6 cards, of course, from Armand because of Holtzman. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 Persuasion. That's pretty good. I think this is going to be a spice. I mean, this is where Armand's game is going to start to, for lack of a better word, churn forward. We're going to get that spice every round now, hopefully. Only 7 extra cards in the deck. Going to draw 6 of those. This tech is going to do some massive work here. And even more work if they end up picking up holo projectors, because getting that extra draw, I mean, that's just fixes your deck when you have a very, very bad hand. Tessia here is looking at a very miserable hand, unfortunately. We have 7 Persuasion. Access. Now, this is why I was mentioning access to the spacing early would have been better. Going to full space, going up with the spacing, because you didn't take down that combat, so why go there? Why not go there? If you're just going to like throw a couple troops in and not win it, you had the chance. Isn't going to be able to go to Interstellar this round. Otherwise, they would have. It might have changed the way the game played here, so we'll see. We'll probably see just a smuggling. And that's that for Tessia. Leto is sitting on a fold space dagger Signet Ring. Gonna play the Weirding Way first. I do like Weirding Way. It is awkward. Because sometimes you want to do your things, but then everyone else gets to plan around your turn. But if you're going to go up here and then just go get holo projectors, which is what this looks like to me, Weirding Way into take another turn into dagger, or actually Signet Ring into holo projectors, you're looking pretty good. As you can Signet Ring, Tech Negotiation, holo projectors, use your ring, go up one influence. That's a very good turn for Arkhonai. Or Arkhonai. I am sorry I am pronouncing your name wrong. Arkhonai. Please forgive me. Okay, and takes the Mentat too. I think this is fine. Shuffle here is going to be useful. No one knows what you're going to have. Yeah, very respectable going to the Mentat here. Getting the extra go, kind of like counterbalances the extra turn. I'm not 100% on this play, simply because if you use this to take tempo and then you use Mentat to slow your play down, you kind of end up where you were, and you might not have, then you should probably have played the fold space card instead and just waited, because the goal here is obviously the holo projectors or the Chaumarchy, but the holo projectors would be better. We can't get the Chaumarchy with 2. We need to have an extra. Oh, I suppose could get it with the Interstellar shipping, so that's reasonable. So probably fold space Interstellar instead of Tech Negotiation, though you end up with like 1 Persuasion. Yeah, that's okay. Beast here, probably going to Signet Ring to Carthag. That is a standard Beast play. I don't see what else they have. They don't have Interstellar shipping yet. They could go to Tech. Sneaking away that Chaumarchy or sneaking away holo projectors might be the play here. The danger would be, I mean, you obviously, you're seeing that Leto's setting up for something. They're either setting up for a tech negotiation or they're setting up for an interstellar shipping, which is going to get them their tech they need. So a good like heads up play here would be to probably Signet Ring to tech negotiation and take one of those cards away. Possibly take the holo projectors. That would be pretty pretty shrewd of that player. I think that the best thing here is to probably go to Carthag, but you could always do that play blocking Leto. No one else has really any way of getting any tech. You're the only other person who can get tech. You're going to probably win this combat if you can get a couple of troops in the combat, so that's probably why Carthag is a better play. Okay, I like Siege 2. The extra water's nice. Extra water in the troop. Yep. So we get the 2 troops, one from the ring and one from Siege. Throw those in, and you're looking at an extra 4, so that's an 8. Leto with the 4+2 at the moment. Could draw into something else. Could draw into a Gurney. But Gurney without any water, or sorry, without any money, without any Solari, isn't going to be doing anything. I think this is a reasonable play from Beast. Everyone is very low on troops except for Blue, and right now Blue has kind of played their hand a little bit, already having used the Weirding Way. Okay, here's a still suits for green, getting the first point with Fremen, and is going to, of course, cash it in for Sayyadina's point. Has plenty of persuasion. Plenty of persuasion. Tessia is going to use the Dune to go spice harvesting. I think this is fine. It's just fine. Get the spice. You need the spice. Now we need to turn that spice into something useful. Tessia feeling like they're a little behind here. They should have been up an extra point. They should have had access to interstellar shipping, I feel, at this point. But maybe still thinking about the strong arm as a way to do that. It's going to have to need some combat. Could get some combat troops for that, or just troops in general. Here is the interstellar shipping from Leto that was obviously projected. Very, 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 very obvious. It's going to go down and up. Now that is a surprise. That is a surprise. Gets the 2 troops, takes a bump somewhere, gets the point with the Fremen, okay, and is gonna take the Solari, I'd imagine. They have no Solari. No, he's not taking that one. He's gonna go up with the Spacing Guild. Okay, fine. Whichever. Spacing Guild is probably better here because you're not gonna get challenged for the Alliance. I mean, you could. There are 2 treacheries and a power play up here, and no one has bought those yet. I mean, the fact that no one has bought these is almost stunning, because I mean, yeah, obviously Sayyadina is a good card and wins you the game, and some of the other players have not had the ability to purchase for 6, but they're so powerful. If you can cycle them through your deck enough that you know, with the treacheries, I mean, you definitely want to have those. At least maybe I rank them higher than these players do. Beast is taking a look here, probably thinking about, what are they thinking about here? Going to research station. They're sitting on 2 cards in their deck, seeing what they could possibly draw. That's the only thing I can imagine going here. Probably going to see if they can buy spice, but they're not going to. It's not possible. So troops in a combat, I still think here Carthag is just better. If you're going to draw, it's usually Arkhonai is a way to fix your bad hands. Whereas Carthag is just, I need troops now, and I want, you know, great intrigue cards, so let's just draw intrigue cards. Picks up the dagger with that. That's going to help. Probably going to certify that this goes to the Beast, this combat. Here's a Spice Must Flow for Armand. And suddenly Armand is sitting on 4 points. 4 points. Do they have an extra point somewhere? They did not. Okay, so just the 2 influence, the Sayyadina, and Spice. And everyone else is going to have to think, well, how are we going to stop this? The only way to stop this is to end the game before Sayyadina comes back around 2 more times. and that the Spice Must Flow gets bought 2 more times, because that's it. That's going to be it. Sitting at 4. 2 or 3 more times. Right now, if I were to pick someone as a favorite, I think that Leto by a nose is favorited. Here he's my favorite to win the game. Oh, there's a Liet Kynes. Oh no. All right, if Armand gets that, the game is simply going to be over. And so here we go. We have Leto with a big lead in terms of faction access, troops in garrison, a really strong deck, kind of waffling between combat and persuasion, but we'll get some Spice Must Flows likely. No persuasion, just extra 2 daggers, sitting at a cool 6 until the beast reveals. As of note, Tessia picked up a power play, or last round, revealing that Liet Kynes. And here is a persuasion of 3. That's not going to get anything for beast, but it will reveal for a cool 5, 6, 7 extra power. Should be at 11, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Should be at 11. If I'm doing my maths right. And so what do we have here for combat? Not much. Tessie is not in it, so can't use the combat card. It's just going to go to Beast. Beast is going to start winning these combats left and right. This is an influence and two intrigue cards. It's nothing to ignore. I mean, you need these. You need influence. Intrigue cards win the game. So how do we combat that? So yeah, I was mentioning Leto as a favorite at the moment, but Armand and Beast very, very close behind. Chom shares for Leto, that is a boon. Very big boon. And we're going to see the demand respect from Beast. Okay, it's always really a head turner when you draw demand respect off of your cloak and dagger or something like that and then play it immediately. Whoa, big swing. Now I think that Beast is pulling ahead. That was such a huge play. And, luck being what it is, you just got to take what you can get when you can get it. All right. That is going to do it for this combat. We are going to seed some spice and go to the next round. Very interesting, different strategies here. Armand and Ecaz kind of doing their own thing, buying Spice Must Flows and getting points with Sayyadina. Expect that to be a very close point total at the end. Tessia falling behind a bit. Tessia in 4th position can be strong and has had all of these opportunities to get into the Spacing Guild, but it has really kind of neglected that. I think they're trying to get that bonus from the influence track and 1 influence at the same time for the extra Solari, but I just don't think that's worth it, to be quite honest. I think the extra Solari would have been better off, if you'd gone to Interstellar and taken 5 Solari. In any case, it is Leto's turn, picking up a Gurney Halleck and a Diplomacy. The rest are going to be used for purchase or persuasion, most likely. Leto sitting on 5 Solari can get access to High Council, but is going to decline at the moment and is going to Arakeen. Of course, Arakeen, a very strong location when you're playing a Gurney Halleck because it gets you the extra card. So it's going to be 2 cards and 3 troops for 1 action. Hard to beat that, really. That means 5 troops are going into combat. Siege of Carthage is our combat. The only thing else that Leto needs to... should draw 1 more. There he is. That Leto needs to be worried about is perhaps buying a Spice Must Flow this round. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Has 9. So could Interstellar ship and buy spice this turn. So Leto is still doing very well. And the Interstellar shipping, of course, will get the Solari needed to use Chum shares. Beast here with a not great hand. Of course has the ambush from the last combat. So could potentially challenge here. Is going to have to think about what to do with this reconnaissance, though I think this is a research station play. I don't see anything else here. Research station, draw 3 cards. Try to get out of this funk you've got. Possibly redraw your stuff. So it is going to be a research station play. Really like this. Really like this play. Second, there's the third one. There it is. All right. All right. We have Reconciliation on Dune and Dagger. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 persuasion for Beast. Beast looking to buy a spice must flow this round. Of course, has 3 spice, so that Chommer Key and Hollow Projectors are both online for them. Could also get a Dreadnought this round. I wouldn't dislike that. Hollow Projectors plus Dreadnought, pretty strong. And this Grand Conspiracy currently in our Ecaz's hand, looking like it's going to just sit there and rot. Bene Gesserit Sister play for wait, did we skip? Wait. Did we skip a player? Yes. Take a minute. All right. Let's not get too hasty. I've done that before. Everyone's done that before. We have Armand's turn. Seek allies here for Armand. Probably going to get water. Could get Solari as well. No one has their Swordmaster. Very surprising. This is a very cagey match where no one is getting Solari. Everyone's getting Spice. In fact, I'd say that the game is favoring Ecaz a little bit because of that. Because the game is going to go a little bit slower toward the middle game. There are fewer actions being taken, so people are being propelled slightly slower. That's possible. Now, what is Armand looking at here? The Haga Basin here for this water? What are they trying to do? Maybe just toward the Alliance, but the Alliance is almost certified by Beast. Okay, then we see the Bene Gesserit Sister for Tessia. Tessia going to trash some stuff to selective breeding. Here goes the Dune. Got it over here. This is where the trash area is, if they want. Okie doke. They pay the spice. Did they pay the spice? I missed it. Missed it. Okay, working out this Tessia trigger, so it's going to go up 1 space with Bene Gesserit. I like this one last. I just don't agree with this sequencing here. I like the Bene Gesserit last because getting the extra intrigue card is so big. I mean, obviously getting the point with the Bene Gesserit and going up to that extra space is great, but you want the extra intrigue card. That means that the last bonus is going to be with the Spacing Guild. Interstellar shipping for Leto, not much to say here, but as I mentioned, it's going to be an interstellar shipping into a buy spice. Here is Solari. I'm going to assume that Tessia used their spice for this action because I didn't catch it and I asked them and no one responded. So if that is not the case, and you catch that in the video rewatch, just let me know. I will obviously know it too, and I will put it on the screen. It is Beast's turn, and looking like, what? You've got 1 troop in the combat. You're probably not going to win this combat. Do you just do something else? Chomarchy is looking pretty appetizing right now. So he's organizing here for Spice Must Flow. The other options would be High Council maybe for the Beast. I don't know if that's something they want. Could Smuggle. Carthag is open. But if you go Carthag, you don't have enough for Spice. So really... No, you do. 2, 3, 6, 7... Nope, if you go to Carthag, you don't. You would have 8. So those are the options here. You can go to Carthag, forego the Spice. You can go to Tech and buy Chomarchy or the Hollow. You can Smuggle, which I don't think is a good idea. Or you could, I don't know, Siege Tabor. Also not a good idea. So you have one good idea, one good play, and a couple of bad plays. We'll see what happens here. Could also Mentat. Mentat's not off the table too. I'd like, actually, a Mentat would be just fine because it means you potentially could draw your Worm Riders, and that is a big game here. Is gonna opt for the Council. Okay. Is not going to opt for the Council. Is not decided yet. And I think it's a hard choice because getting the Council's fine. There's lots of cards in the Intrigue deck that reward Council. There are reasons to do this now instead of later. You will next turn not likely be able to buy Spice Must Flow. And so getting it now is great, so then you probably will be able to, although you're going to draw your Worm Riders. That is the trick and the trade-off. I think it's probably not the most efficient play here. I think the Mentat is, however. We'll see. We'll see. That's probably what I would do, but I think that that's a tough choice, and it's not a bad play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buy, 5 persuasion, and Ecaz gets Liet. Remember what I said. If Armand gets Liet, the game is over. I think that is the game for Ecaz. We'll see. We'll see. This engine is already dangerous. It already has a bunch of Fremen. It has Sayyadina. And now it has the potential to buy 2 Spice in 1 turn or more. So I think this is a bit of an oversight. Someone probably should have revealed already. But who's going to do it? I mean, that's just the question you're going to have to ask. They will have to ask themselves, was it worth it? Are we playing for second now? 2, 4, 5, 6 persuasion for Tessia is going to get a treachery. You pick up treachery here. It's the best card in the row by a mile. There are 2 negotiated withdrawals, but they're not nearly as good as treachery. There's a Chom directorship. Now, Leto can reveal and pick that up. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Okay, so that is a Spice Must Flow for Leto. What is happening here? The big question is, can Armand churn through the deck fast enough to buy enough Spice to win the game fast enough? That's gonna be the question. They need the extra water, so this play to water might have been the best play. We're gonna see a Spice Must Flow here. Although Chom directorship, man, do you just take Chom? Beast would not have been punished in this case if they'd gone to Carthag. They had 8 persuasion if that was the case. And then they would have picked up Chom anyway. I think maybe Chom is better. Chom gets them... Actually, Chom is not better. Chom is no way near better. Is no way near better. I think you just pick up the Spice. The reason is they're sitting at 0 on spacing. They're sitting at 0 on Emperor. They're sitting at 0 on Bene Gesserit. I mean, it's okay. What? Sardaukar Legion? Alright. They have 10, 2, 4. Yeah, they do. They can pick up the Ixian Engineer as well. Wow. And the treachery. They have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. For the 5 and the 6 is 11, and that is going to do it for the Beast. That is a big buy turn. Big buy turn for Armand, and we are going to combat, but it looks like Leto is just going to be happy to take this down for a point, get control of Carthag, and move on with their life. They're sitting at 6 points after this turn. Tessia is sitting at 4. I believe. Yep. Beast going to be at 5. Oh, picked up a favored subject. That is interesting. It's going to get them the extra point they need with the Emperor. Maybe they're just hoping that people keep buying tech and that they can pick up spy satellites because they're sitting so low on these faction tracks. If that happens, that's a big game for Beast. If spy satellites comes up, it's just over for... I mean, Beast gets an extra 3 points out of nowhere for 4 spice. Insane. All right, and we get... it is round number 6. The last combat in the 2s. It's Desert Power. It's a fine one to win. It's going to be starting with the Beast. And what do we do here? We have a Worm Rider's Dagger Imperial. Wow, this combat is kind of crazy. So Imperial Shock Trooper, everyone should take note that this card isn't garbage. It's fine. And it's very, very good here. So we're going to see 2 troops for the Beast, Intrigue card, 5 Solari with the trip from Diplomacy to the Emperor. Now that just an extra point in hand basically for Beast whenever they want it. They're probably going to take this combat down. They would have loved to see this Worm Riders next round, but of course they knew they were going to draw it. Blackmail for Beast. That's powerful. Powerful, powerful stuff here. They're already way high on the Fremen track, so that's great. So great pickup for them. Very combat heavy Beast, but it's going to probably pay off. If not for a second, then for a first. We shall see. Game is close. Armand Ecaz is going to Mentat here. No, yes, Mentat. Drawing a card, trying to fix this poopy hand. Fixes the poopy hand, more or less. Okay. Oh, kind of fixes the poop. Not great. I mean, Lian is great, but right now, there are no Fremen in hand. No Fremen in hand. What do you do here, then? Sitting at 1 water is not great either because you really want to hit that research station. That would be the ideal turn, right? A research station. Can still do it. Can still do it with a Mission Area Protectiva, blah, and a Signet Ring. Signet Ring to Siege, perhaps, and then Mission Area to Research. That would get you 3 more cards. That would let you see 3 out of the 7 cards in your deck and possibly buy 2 Spice Must Flows this turn. That might be the play. Tessia is going to be going to Signet to... Where do they go? They went to... have not decided yet. Undecided Tessia, probably... This is going to be a shift, though. They're going to shift into the Spacing Guild using Bene Gesserit, though I don't like this play, actually. I probably would save the Signet Ring till later, and the reason is that you could always Diplomacy into, like, say, Selective Breeding, get the bonus, then go down with your ring, then go up here, and then go up again next round. Like, you have a lot of options here. And I just think that not using the ring here is one kind of a mistake, but also using the Diplomacy second or the power play, which they might want to do second, is also a mistake. So they're going to shift, I would imagine. Are they still thinking? No, they passed their turn. They didn't use the ring ability. Okay, so Duplicity is a very powerful ability. Don't let this go by unused. It lets you go down with 1, but up with 1 where you have a snooper token, and that is currently the only one is Spacing. This alliance is still up for grabs, and it means a lot to Tessia to get that. So we have 4 troops in for Leto. Leto just went into Hardy Warriors, and is happy about that, and I would imagine is going to be using the Fold Space, which doesn't go over there. It goes up here. Remember that. Fold Space, and Arrakis Liaison, and Spice Must Flow do not get trashed normally. They go back to the reserve. Here's a ring for Beast. Ring to Imperial Base. It needs the spice. Wondering what they're going to do with the spice. Maybe another trip to Conspire, which is a fine play. Here come some troops. Oh, this is going to be close. Leto sitting at 10. 10 power. 2 unknown. Beast sitting at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17. No, it's not going to be close at all. It's a 17 beast right here. This is going to get bloody fast. Here's Ecaz. Let's see if they do it now. They've got blocked at Siege Tabor, so that play by Tessia really hurts Ecaz. Okay, here's a troop and a draw for Ecaz. Probably going to try to set up water for the next couple rounds. Finds an Arrakis Liaison, so that's a big deal. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Has enough for Spice. Can still play to, you know, a city or a desert space. Probably will use the ring to pick up another Arrakis Liaison. There's still 2 left. Maybe they're thinking about it. pAtrickstAr it. Neglects to do that. That's okay. You don't want to clutter your deck with crap, that's for sure. Here's a power play. Tessia going to get the Alliance for the Baron, or for the Emperor, excuse me. It's going to pick up 2 Solari, 2 troops, and a point. Puts her at 5. And that is a fine turn of events for Tessia. The big problem here is that you're still behind in a couple other tracks. You really want to get ahead. We'll see if they can. They do have a lot of access. Did they pick up a treachery? No, I think it was... I'm not sure if they did. I'll have to go back and look. Okay, it's Leto's last action here. Mentat's been blocked. They could go to Swordmaster this turn, and I think they probably will. Here it is. Makes a lot of sense. Even though they're holding Chone shares, they really want that extra action. We are sitting on the last couple rounds. Round 6. Round 6. Someone's going to win this combat. If it's Beast, it puts them up to 6. Then that's still 4 points away from winning the game. So, unless the next combat is Economic Supremacy, we're probably going to go to like a round 7 or round 8. And that might favor Ecaz, because we're going to see a reveal for a point for Ecaz. Ecaz, wishing they had found Sayyadina here. If they had found Sayyadina, that would have been a big game. Beast going to reveal is going to easily take this combat down at a 19 power. Is that right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 17. I'm counting 17. Am I missing something? 6, 7, 8, 9, plus 6, 15, 19. 19. That's correct. That's correct. I think I missed the 2 points on the Worm Riders. So what's Ecaz got here? 2 Spice. That's fine. It's going to give 1 to the Beast. Never want to do that. But I don't know if it can be helped in this situation. Dune Desert Planet could have shipped. But what does that get you? It gets you access to 5 Solari possibly next round. Not really a fan of either of these plays, but there's not a lot of options left. And Ecaz, though, I thought might be able to pull ahead here with a lot of Spice, is unfortunately only drew 1 Fremen this turn with Liet. You are kind of slave to the draw when you're playing a Spice Must Flow strategy. Okie doke. It looks like it's going to be a 3rd place Tessia for this combat, which is totally fine. 1 troop for 1 Spice is fine. Puts you up to 4, gives you access to Conspire. And 4 Spice is the magic number in case the Sleeper must awaken later on. I'm wondering, though, this Cannon Turrets is never going to get played. We're at this point where a Beast is just clearly pulling ahead, and that's why I was saying like the Cannon Turrets needs to be played that turn a while back, because after a while the Beast is just going to get out of control, and Tessia is not really set up to do combat. They're set up to buy Spice Must Flow, but they have this Bene Gesserit sister can go either way. It's just it's a little bit clunky. It's okay. Leto went to Fremen, went to go get some water. He's going to get second place in this combat. Not much they can do about that other than... Wait, 2, 4, 6... They're at 8 right now. I'm going to go to 9. Reveal from Ecaz is just going to get a spice. Bit unfortunate. Was hoping to get 2 here. But he's going to end up having that extra point from Holtzman, definitely. So it's essentially 2 points. Reveal from Leto is going to pick up a Freighter Fleet. I love this card. I love Freighter Fleet. Freighter Fleet plus a Holo Projectors is such a powerful engine. Unsurprisingly, Beast is going to win this combat. They're going to take the rewards. They're going to sandbag this this favored subject. I like this because if they end up getting blocked on the Emperor track, which could happen because there's a lot of spice in hand here. If they end up getting blocked at Wealth and Conspire and people see, well, the Beast might end up winning it, they have a way of getting in there to get in there with favored subjects. So that's a very powerful thing to know. And it does come up. It does come up. Okay, point for Beast. We're going to see Spice seeded. Players are just getting their stuff together. Very exciting game so far. A lot of interesting combat. Some interesting strategies. I love to see this Ecaz build here. This Leto's playing very standard, but very well. There's some interesting things going on with Tessia. I like the deck. I think that there's, you know, some interesting decisions, difficult decisions from the Tessia player have had to be made. It's going to be the Battle of Carthag, or the Siege of Carthag? Battle of Carthag. Battle for Carthag. Get my pronouns, or prepositions right. And that gets Leto a troop in the combat right away, in the conflict. And it's going to be Ecaz right away. And here is, oh, we're going to play the Sayyadina right now. Going to get the 2 water, going to buy the point. This is a pretty good play for Ecaz. Here's another Sayyadina, putting him up to 6. Putting him up to 6. The battle for Carthag almost certifies that we're going to have another round. Almost 100% certifies, unless somehow Leto wins it and uses Chome shares and buys a Spice Must Flow. I just don't see that happening. They could always get a point from the Bene Gesserit. Could they? No, they can't. They don't have access. They have no access. There's going to be Tessia. Tessia's going to look to Treachery here. It's going to look to Treachery and then Strong-Armed, getting 3 faction bumps in one go. So that's going to be actually 4 if they use, because they're going to, if they do it at Fold Space, because they're going to be able to do their Careful Observation. So 1 for the play, 1 for the Treachery, 1 for the Careful Observation, and then 1 for the Strong-Arm is going to be 4. And this is a Fold Space play, right? Oh, it's Steal the Alliance. What? Wait, no, it's not. No, they don't see. Oh, no. I guess that's okay. Do you want to win the combat? Yeah. Do you have any chance of winning the combat here? Probably not. Oh, no. It gets her a water. It gets her 2 more troops. It is a big play. It is a big push into combat. We're going to Strong-Arm here. Lose on... I just don't agree with this. You go up with the Spacing Guild? What do you do? This is so awkward. You can go up with Bene Gesserit and get... it's where you sent an agent. So you can go up... Oh... You see the plays. Oh, this play here. Tessia gonna take... Oh, if you do it, you've already revealed it. You might as well do it now. You're going to get first access to the Fremen next round, right? Oh my. What a play. So it has to do this now if they want to use it. Has to do it now. Going to go up to the second to last rung with the Fremen. And this is a big play. The biggest play here so far. We're hinging on Tessia taking the alliance away from Beast. Taking the alliance away from Beast. Wow. The big question is, are they going to have it? They have diplomacy here. They have one card in the deck, and it's a recon. They have 4 cards. Oh, they could do it. They could draw it. Did Tessia get the water? Did... Tessia should have 1 extra water here, because they were at here, they went up here, and they went up here. There we go. Everything is righted with the world. And what did I miss while I was complaining about players not getting their resources? We got a quid pro quo from Leto. Oh, no. He can't use it this round. He doesn't have a faction access, and he doesn't have a way to send anybody. Oh, he just can't do it. If for some reason this was a blue agent, he'd be able to do it. Oh, no. All right, so everything is fine. We've got, we're on to Beast now. We had a play for Gurney Halleck. Did we have a weirding way into Gurney Halleck turn? We did. What a combat. So this is what we missed while I was diddling with resources. Is we had a Carthag to Arakeen play from Arkhonai, getting a bunch of troops, some cards, an intrigue card. That's where the quid pro quo came from. And now we have a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16 power. 16. This is a win or lose for Leto. Leto needs this combat. Leto needs this combat. Beast is going to Mentat. I do like this play. Do they have access? They do have access to Highliner. So they need to go get Spice. Maybe they're hoping that someone gives them Spice. Early reveal for Ecaz. We've got an early reveal for a Spice Must Flow. Puts him up to 7. This makes a lot of sense. He didn't have a lot of other options. Early reveal. Wow. 7 points for Ecaz. 5 for Tessia. 6 for Leto. 6 for Beast. It's going to change in a minute. There's not a whole lot else they could have done. If they went 2, 4, 6, 8, they would not have had enough with diplomacy. Didn't really, at this point, want to go selective breeding, which is surprising, I guess. But actually, it's not, because they really, what they want to do is reshuffle Liet-Kynes with the rest of the deck. They don't want Liet-Kynes to be with this group of cards. They want Liet-Kynes to be with this group of cards. And so that's why they're doing it this way. It makes a lot of sense. Okay, here's Tessia. Is going to maybe a bit late smuggling here. A bit late. This is probably the last opportunity you're going to have to use smuggling. So I do like this. Here we go for some Spice. Oh. Look at that. Okay, we now have a potential Highliner next round if she draws it. If she draws it. Highliner next round. Gonna be a bit of a disappointment if it is an economic supremacy, though. We shall see. Play is on to Leto, and Leto is going to Signet Ring to Interstellar. Leto has been the sole Interstellar monopolizer this game. That makes very little sense. If someone monopolizes something, they're the only one to do it. Leto is that person. Mattprowse says it's a bad move in hindsight. I don't think it is. You can watch this video and I can explain why I think it is a good play. What else were you going to get out of it? A water? I think the only thing you get out of it is a water and a troop, which is spice for sure. But I don't think it's a bad move. You just don't want to shuffle. You don't want Leokines to be with the crap. Okay, that would be the worst. The best thing to have happen right now is to reshuffle your deck entirely to get the Fremen with Leokines. That's the goal. It makes sense. I can't keep getting spawny card draw. Yep. See? They know. All right. Action is on slimmyjimm. What do you have here? I think this has got to be... It's got to be spice. You've got to go Imperial base in here, right? That's 2 spice. It's 2 spice. You can't win this turn, can you? 2, 3, 4. You can't win this turn. Oh, no, you could. So he could win this turn if we go spice into research station. But there's no access to research station. No access. Oh, I don't know about this play. I don't know about this. Oh, he's trying to take the alliance away. I mean, it makes sense. Do you do the 4 spice here? You almost have Highliner. Don't you need Highliner? Maybe not. Maybe not. It's 2 bumps. It's a point. Not super likely people are going to take that away from you if you get it. 2 go into combat because of treachery, not because of the space. This card requires you to send the 2 troops into combat. Remind him to trash it. Yep, there we go. Secret forces, cannot throw those in though. I probably would have waited. Probably would have waited. I apologize for moving the screen around, everybody. Yep. Yep, just showing him. It was a treachery. It's legal. It's all good. That's how that works. But I don't think you reveal favored subject here. Wait a turn, right? If you wait a turn, you get some more troops in the combat. You throw favored subject. You throw 2 more in. I think that's how it works. Did you get your intrigue? Missing intrigue. Ah. Did get the intrigue. That was the special forces. Or secret forces. Alright, alright. Everything is on the level. Just making sure everyone knows what's going on here. Okay. It is on to Tessia, who has got a reveal. It's going to be for 4, but does that get her anything here? Gets a negotiated withdrawal. Is that worth it? It's good here. I mean, it could be. You're really just going to be using these things for retreating at this point. It's a 4. Do you bother? I don't know that you do because it dilutes your deck and your chances of going to Highliner next round. I don't think you do it. Going to be content with 2nd place here. Leto is not going to end up getting the extra Chom shares this round. Is banking on next round. It's all going to come down to next round. It's all going to come down to it. There's Stilgar. Stilgar, good for Beast, bad for pretty much anyone else. Maybe good for Armand, actually. Great for Armand. I take it back. Great for Armand. But it just might be too little too late. At this point, you should be engine assembled. Here's a reveal. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 for Leto. Ooh, does pick up Stilgar, revealing a firm grip. Okay, okay. The alliance is currently with Tessia. The alliance is with Tessia. Could be with Beast soon. I just don't... I think all of these cards, they're just a little too late right now. Chome Directorship is still in the row. Someone can buy that. 2, 4, 5... Or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Beast. 7 for Beast if he goes there. Extra action if he goes there. Get the extra action, I think? I don't know. I mean, it's all good. Beast is thinking, can I win this combat this turn? Can I win this combat this turn? Oh... Spice it is. Spice it is. I don't know. I don't. It's going to come down to if Tessia draws her access card. All right. All right. Do you throw 2 more in? I think you just throw 2 more in, right? Having 4 troops is probably the baseline safest. You don't need 6 troops in. Yeah. So 4 in. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here's the extra 2 troops. They go in. This is a big play for Beast. 6 troops, 12 combat power, plus an extra 6, 18, 19, 20, plus the combat cards in hand is looking to take it down here. But it's only going to go to 8. He's only going to get to 8. Only going to get to 8. And Tessia has to defend the Emperor. This is not what Tessia wanted, though. They have the spice to go to Conspire. Yep. They're at 20. 20 combat strength. 3 persuasion does nothing here. 5 persuasion rather. They could pick up that Ixian Engineer. Yeah, I think this is fine. It's an outside chance that it actually does anything, right? What do they have in their deck? They have 9 cards in their deck. There's very low chance that they're going to go through 9 more cards. They would have to draw 3. They're going to have 4 left in their deck after this next turn. So there's very low chance that's going to happen. They're not going to reshuffle. It's just maybe some weird thing happens. You could maybe go get like hollow projectors, but you'd have to trigger this twice. I just don't see this happening. Leto still is probably eyeing up at this point. Flagship or Chalmerkey. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. Putting Beast up to 8 means they are within striking distance. Next round is probably going to decide it. Leto has a potential point in hand, needs to buy more Spice Must Flow, needs to get going here. He's fallen a little behind. Doesn't get any points this turn. Probably smart they didn't play their combat cards here because they would have been totally blown out by Beast. That's just, it would have been awful. All right, it is action on Tessia. And what do we see for our combat? Wow, very big hand for Ecaz. We have a potential 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. That's not enough for 2. He's going to have to find a way. It's definitely good enough for 1. Tessia picks up... Oh, no. Doesn't see the access card. Oh, does have access card. Has Guild Administrator. I'm so sorry. Has access for Highliner here. I think you just do it. There's no other reason not to do it, right? You need the point. You need the point. You get the water. Can you buy Spice this turn? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope, it's not enough. So looks like Tessia is going to end up 5 points. Don't think that this 5 troops in the combat's going to stand. I just don't think so. And if you don't highliner, someone else will. But they don't know that. But there just isn't any access for anybody. No one has access. They're the only ones. So, wow. If they see that they can't win this by just going highliner first action, what do you do first? Do you go for Chomurky? Do you do something else? And maybe throw some troops in with Carthag? Do you throw troops in with Carthag? I'm a little surprised. I mean, there's not much else you can do, right? If they have it, they have it. This is going to be a shipping turn for Leto, and he's going to get his Solari. Oh, what go? Yeah, I mean, you got to do it. You got to do it. Here we go. So this is why in a previous video I mentioned that the last bonus you want with Tessia is with the Bene Gesserit, because now the Solari does you nothing. It doesn't do you anything. Right? You get to move up one more. There we go. It just doesn't do you anything. You can get High Council or Swordmaster, but you can't buy Spice. You're going to be down a card. It's just not worth it at this point. Okay. Here you go. I mean, you throw them in. This is the last round. It's going to be the last round, and you're fighting for third and fourth, and probably third and fourth. You could get second maybe if all things go your way, but I just don't see that standing with Ecaz with a Spice Must Flow purchase in hand and an extra Holtzman. So that's going to put Ecaz at probably 10. Maybe they can squeak another point out here somewhere. They do need a point with Emperor, so they could get to 10. 2, 4, 6, 7. No, they can't. How do you do this? How do you do it? I think Ecaz is just going, I don't have enough. Leto has shipped. No, has not shipped. Is deciding. I would imagine this is a shipping turn. Up, down. Yeah. This is the last chance you have. So here, what do you get? Chomurky, right? Or you go big with flagships. Flagship's a point. It puts you to 7. If you win this combat, that's 9. Spice is 10. You could get there. Or just Chom shares is 10. So you really have some options. Chomurky's tiebreaker if you think you can only get a tie. Oh, I see. Leto had forgotten to take the point here, and that has probably already been corrected in the video, but I missed it, and they had missed it too. So he's at 7. Wait. Okay. I was wondering what was going on here. I was like, you're just going to go up once? Like, what? Don't toy with us here. What is the reveal? This could be a big game. Spy Satellite's still alive for Beast. Here we go. Point. Leto is sitting at 8. Has a Chom shares in hand. Needs to find a way to draw into a Spice Must Flow. Has no other access this turn. Oh my, I'm so wow. Okay, so Tessia is going to try to get the Mentat here. What do you do as Beast? What do you do as Beast? You're sitting on a ton of battles, ton of battle strength. Okay, we're going to do the Weirding Way. He's not going to wait. He's going to take Weirding Way now. So you take Weirding Way and do what? Go buy the... You can't buy the Spy Satellites comes up. Oh, man. This is a big game for Beast. This might have been the game. This might be the game for Beast. Beast picks this. It is 2 points. 2 points. And there is nothing Leto can do except go and block the space. And he can't block it. He can just go to Dreadnoughts. He's got to go to Dreadnoughts. Oh, wow. Okay. So Leto is going to Arrakeen. Arrakeen. Okay. Draws a convincing. Oh, it hasn't drawn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should draw a card. Has not drawn yet. Here we go. Ooh, okay. That's pretty nice. Stilgar is nice. Does that win you the combat? Does it? 2, 4, 6, 12, 15, 21, maybe? Probably not. You can't use your flagship because you need the spice. Or the Solari, excuse me. Okay, Beast has got to go get that spy satellites like right now. I don't know what else you're going to do. Here it is. Here's a Dreadnought. Here's Spice. That's 2 points for Beast. Beast now sitting on 10 points after we calculate end games. That's why I was saying this tile is such a big game. Such a big game. Wow. Wow. Will Beast be able to take this combat down though? They might. Yellow has no way. Yellow has no way to take the Emperor Alliance away. They can't do it. Oh, but if Beast can't play this blackmail, they give Yellow the point. Maybe it's worth it. You go down, you give Yellow the point, you get the combat. That gives you 2 points. That ends. Oh, that doesn't end the game. That doesn't end the game. I don't. Are we gonna go to another round? There's no way. If Blue wins this combat, it's over. Blue's sitting at 8. That would be 10. Can Blue lose their alliance anywhere? Here's Chomurky for Ecaz. There's a restricted ordnance. Does that interest anybody? No, it doesn't. Beast doesn't really want that right now. He's got enough combat, but oh my goodness. Here is an advanced weaponry. That doesn't help. We have a Binu suspension could help, could get you there, but you need to get pretty lucky. What else could you get? Binu suspension 4, and you draw a Sayyadina. Sayyadina would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then plus 6 is 15. It's not enough. It's not enough. You'd have to draw another time somehow. You gotta get to 18. Magic number here. Can 15 get 9 plus... If you can get Chom Directorship plus Spice Must Flow, that'd be 17. If you can somehow find 2 more points of persuasion, that's 2 points. And then 1 for Holtzman. He has the Chomurky. He might tie on 10 and might win with 10. If Beast doesn't win this, he goes up to 2. If Blue wins this combat, they go up to 10. Beast goes up to 10. And Ecaz can go... I don't know if they can get there. They need 3 points. Do they have enough? They still don't have enough for Grand Conspiracy. They do have one... They have 1 Dreadnought. No, they don't have any Dreadnoughts. They have 1 Spice. They have 4 Influence, and they need a seat. They can't get there in this turn. They only have 1 Solari. Oh my god. Heartbreak. Tessia has gone to get their Swordmaster finally, and it is just too little too late. I would have just done Mentat here. It's going to end. The game is going to end. If Beast wins this combat, the game ends. If Leto wins this combat... Actually, could this happen where Beast pushes Leto in to play Private Army, then Beast has to play Blackmail to win the combat, and then they both end up on 9 points? It is possible. It is in the realm of possibility that happens here. Now, if Leto draws enough here. What? Could you pay your water? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that's 9. That's 10. The game's gonna end. The game is over. The game is, that's 10 points. But that, do they want to do that here? Beast gets there. They're gonna lose on tiebreakers. We have 1 point for Ecaz sitting at 7, so he's at 8. He's gonna buy Spice for 9. Can he get the extra point somewhere? I think we're gonna see Ecaz get to 9. Probably gonna see Beast win on tiebreakers. Oh no. Beast heads over to Carthag, pretty confident that they can probably win this combat. Picks up oh, the finesse. Ooh, what is that? Oh. Wait. How does that work here? Does that do anything for Beast? They can go down on Fremen, gives the Alliance away, right? Don't they have the Alliance? They have the Alliance. They don't have the Emperor Alliance. Who has the Emperor Alliance? Oh, Tessia has it. They can definitely certify that Fremen Alliance is theirs. slimmyjimm's still thinking about it. Not really sure what to do here, but I think you still do this. The big question here is, like, if for some reason you've been had and Tessia has access to a Fremen space, you will be sad. So I think here you just go down with the Emperor and go up with the Fremen, right? You need that Fremen alliance for the worm. Tessia still has an action left, but can't really do anything with it. We have a question. Can I down and up with the same? Yes, you can. You can down and up with the same track. Ah, okay. Just gonna get some troops in the combat, or not in the combat. Oh, yes, he can. Yes, he can. Two more troops in the combat. Oh, suddenly Beast sitting at 2, 4. How much do we have here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Plus 6, 17. I think Beast is going to win this. I think so. I think it's going to be Beast at 12 points. I think it's going to be Beast at 12 points, and then Leto with second place, and then Ecaz sadly with third. Here is the Bindu suspension. Does this get you anything? It has to get you something good. It's just another Fremen. You've got all the Fremen. It's 10, 12. It's not enough for 2 spice. It's not enough. Ecaz really needed that research station this round. Really, really needed it. Oh, it's such a bummer. Tessia is going to recon and use recon to siege. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else going on here. Throw a troop in, and at this point, you're just praying something goes your way. You're going to be able to use this. You're going to be able to use the cannon turret to retreat the dreadnought. You will be able to use your cannon turret finally to retreat a dreadnought. And we're going to see slimmyjimm probably. It's not 100%. It's pretty likely, though. Here's the Chom shares. Chom shares for Leto puts him up to 9. The reveal is going to put him up to 10. Will it be enough? Here's Spice Must Flow. Here's two extra power. I don't think it's going to be enough. Beast still has an ambush and a blackmail. Here's 10. The game is ending this round. I mean, if they drop down below 10, it could potentially happen that it doesn't work that way. I am so surprised. The Bene Gesserit alliance has not been taken. I'm astounded that we are at 10 points already. We are round 8, and the Bene Gesserit alliance has not been taken. It should have been Tessia's a long time ago. All right, we have a reveal for Beast. It's going to show 6 extra swords, 2, 4, 5 extra persuasion, which does not a thing. Really would have wanted an 8 here, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be good enough. Ecaz has to do something, but doesn't have a lot of options. Really, really, really unfortunate for Ecaz. Just too many green and blue symbols here. This is what happens if you don't get enough water to kind of sit on to research station. When you're doing this strategy, you can kind of get stuck. You can get stuck. Unfortunately, that advanced weaponry is just not doing you any favors. Here's a Spice Must Flow. Spice Must Flow puts you at... Oh, it's... Wait, what? Wait, can you buy 2? 17? What? 2, 4, 6, 7... Or 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Wow, 17! I'm sorry to miss that. That's huge play. Here is the alliance. Not the alliance. Almost the alliance. You get a point here with the Emperor. Wow. Wow. I miscounted. 17. Yes, indeed. 17. Right? Isn't this Spice? Oh, no, it's that. Oh, there's no Holtzman. Oh, I see this Holtzman. There's no Holtzman. He's just, that's it. I've got it. That's all I've got is 10. I'm at 10. I have Chomurky. Can you beat that, Leto? Can Leto beat it? Leto has to win this combat. I don't think it's going to happen. Wow. Ecaz is going to steal second place from Leto. Wow. This Chomurky buy, as I mentioned earlier, Chomurky is a massive, massive play here because games can be so tight. Okay, here's the cannon turrets. Beast retreats. It's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. Beast has 2 combat cards. Here is a private army for Leto, but he's going to just find out it's just not enough. To 10. He's at 10. I'm sorry, 10. He's at 20. 20. Here's a blackmail. Here's a blackmail. That's enough. All you needed to do is tie. You could just tie. You would tie. Would you win? Oh, no, you wouldn't. You have to win this combat. Yep, here you go. Ambush. That's it. Wow. And Arkhonai is going to say, I don't have it. That's it. Just a quid pro quo. Just a quid pro quo, and didn't have it there on the right turn. Did not have it this turn. Could have possibly played Stilgar and gone up with the Fremen again. But that would have been a different game. And we're going to see Beast taking it down. Beast going up to 10 points after this combat and then getting 2 points from Spy Satellites, putting them up to 12. Master Tactician draw for Tessia doesn't do anything. Second place was, Dispatch an Envoy for Leto, not much here. 10 points for Ecaz, and second place with Chomurky, and then third place with a heartbreak, Arkhonai, with a very, very well played game with Leto at 10 points. And we have Tessia, unfortunately couldn't get the combos working this game. Just got a bunch of combat cards, wasn't interested in those. It didn't line up for Tessia this game. didn't line up. What a game. Let's go in and talk to the players and see how they are doing. Hey, everyone.
Oh, because you win ties. Yeah?
Hey,
Yeah.
everyone. That was an insane game. Very, very well played by everyone. It was, yeah, some really interesting. I miscounted. I miscounted your persuasion, as sometimes it's the case with the kinds. She just adds all sorts of problems, but that was a big turn.
Yeah, that was a humongous turn for you, man. I love that. 3 points.
Man, and the heartbreak.
Taking the comeback.
Oh my god. So heartbreaking. Like the
It's
tiebreak.
so hard to win with the beast, right? It's hilarious.
Beast. Oh yeah, Beast doing
With
Beast
artillery.
things. Well, I mean, Artillery Beast. You had the Worm Riders was huge this game. I mean,
this is what won it.
oh yeah, this won it. This won it for sure.
I'd say this won it for me, man. I got so many waters.
Well,
off my
yeah.
Sure, but
I
this.
was able to get all the spice. Yeah, but this helped.
This
came
it's
up,
2 points.
and I was next. You grabbed this, and this
Two
is
of
the
those
that came
helped a
up.
lot as well.
Yeah. Oh,
That was
man.
really good fun. I'm really grateful everybody played. Thank you.
Thank you all for
Yeah,
playing.
man.
I did mess up though. I should have gone to the Emperor at one point and conspired. And I revealed it was the same point score, but never mind.
Right. Yeah. I think it didn't matter in the end. Yeah, that Chom shares. I was like, oh no, it's just gonna be 10. It's not gonna be enough. And then.
But if I got my points up,
I was like one short, one
carried it.
Solari short, one
Yeah.
Spice short as well. Yes,
Yeah.
and for this one as well,
Yep. Oh,
tricky
man.
one, but yeah.
It was a tight game. Very well played.
I am the master of spawning cards, so I thought I was going to turn over the one for Spice Must Flow cards. That would have just been insane.
Oh,
All
man.
right.
Thank you for letting me cast. Yeah. Thank you for watching, everybody. That was an exciting game. GG's to everybody, and we will see you next time on the next video.